The Priest, the Witch, and the Poltergeist. Is this a true story?
It is. In 1850, in Citaville, France, which is part of Citaville's part of Normandy, a poltergeist erupted in the priest's parsonage, and he blamed the local witch, a shepherd, a man named Felix Sorel, for causing it, slandering him, telling the parishioners to shun him, and eventually assaulting him, beating him up. Felix Sorel, in return, did something that I consider extraordinary. He decided to sue the priest for slander and assault.
How did you come across this story?
I was getting a root canal in a dental surgeon's office, and waiting for the appointment, I discovered a book called The Paranormal, Time Life's The Paranormal, and the Citaville Poltergeist was one of the stories in it.
So, did you do any research in France?
Yes, I traveled to France with my research assistant, who is also my husband, Jonathan, and we visited Citaville. We visited the church where the priest lived, and saw the tombstone for Felix Sorel's father, Joseph Sorel, who was a local healer, and talked to the superintendent of the area, who said that the parsonage itself had been torn down après le sorciège, which means after the sorcery, and that Felix Sorel's story was used to make the local children behave.
Why did Book Track decide to do a soundtracked book?
This is a perfect book track story in that it has a natural soundtrack with the Poltergeist, and has a sufficiently dramatic story arc to combine the both together.
Where did they do it?
It was done in New Zealand, at the studio where Peter Jackson did the sound effects for The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings series.
Could you give us a sample of what the book sounds like?
On New Year's Eve, Lariat dreamed of a procession of which he was the head, walking towards the altar in the Citaville church, followed by a choir of seminary students singing Salutarius Hostia. The Virgin Mary floated above him, bobbing among the rafters. She opened her mouth wide to sing with the choir. He awoke to the sound of exploding glass. Lariat pulled on his robe of slippers and clambered down the stairs, cursing, "God damn it! God damn it!" He noticed shock on Gustav's face at his cursing. The exploding glass was from a pane in the workroom where Gustav had stood during the experiment. It had burst onto the garden as if someone had jumped through the window. Lariat looked down to the grass, where several of the shards struck, pointing up to him among the dried vines in the garden.